My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, the setting of today's gospel is important. Jesus and his disciples are in the temple of Jerusalem, and the people are commenting how beautiful it is, as it is adorned with precious stones and votive offerings. The Jerusalem temple, no doubt, was the pride of every Jew. It took years to build, at tremendous cost and effort. It was a symbol of Israel's faith in God and at the same time a sign of Jewish identity. The temple was massive, glorious, and good. Now Jesus tells his disciples that it would soon be destroyed, that there would not be one stone left upon another. The disciples are deeply shaken. They can believe that the sign of their faith, the sign of their nation, would be razed to the ground. This gospel, my dear friends, is not only about the temple of Jerusalem or Jews of the first century. It is about us. The temple is a sign of the good things in our life, the things that we care for, the things that we take pride in, the things that we have built by our own hands. Today's gospel reminds us that those good and glorious things can be taken away. We might take pride in our work, in the job we have performed well and faithfully for years, in the company that we built by our own efforts, and then, because of a mistake, someone's dishonesty, our livelihood is taken away. We no longer have an income and work that gives us satisfaction. We might take pride in the family, in the wife or husband that we love, in the children we have raised. We have invested quality time to make our families strong. And then, by misunderstanding or divorce or death, the family comes apart. The edifice that we worked so hard to build is undermined. Not one stone is left upon another. We might justly take pride in the temple of our body. We tried to live well, eat healthy, and exercise. Then there is a surprising diagnosis and further tests and procedures. We realize that our health has been seriously compromised. Well, dear friends, there is no guarantee that the good things in our life will always remain. The things that we love, the things that we have built, the things that we take pride in, like the temple in Jerusalem, can be just lost. It is when we recognize this truth that the words of Jesus becomes so important. Jesus tells us that when our life falls apart, God will not forget us. Today's gospel is a gospel of hope, although at the first reading we might not recognize it as such. We can be distracted by thinking that the gospel is predicting the future. What will happen at the end of time? But my dear friends, by the time Luke was writing this passage, the things that he was describing had already taken place. The temple was already destroyed. Wars and earthquakes were occurring. False teachers were leading people astray. persecutions had begun. So, far from predicting future events, Luke was describing the crisis and turmoil of his own time. What Luke is telling his audience and us is that in the midst of our suffering and turmoil, we should cling to hope. Of course, the basis of our hope is not our own cleverness or our confidence that we can resolve all these crises. Our hope rests in our belief that God is the repairer of broken dreams, the healer of wounds, a God who will protect us and save us. In the midst of our present troubles, Christ assures us not a hair of our head will be harmed. Moreover, He assures us by perseverance we will secure our lives. The gospel asks us to persevere, to hold on, not to give up hope. We cannot always rebuild the good things in our life that are destroyed. The Jews were never able to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem, but they continue to flourish as a people in our world today. Likewise, we too can continue to live with hope and trust. When our life lies in ruins, then it is time to trust. Then it is time to persevere. Then it is time to hold on, believing that by the grace of God, we can secure our lives. May God bless us all.